Hi everyone, it's good to see everyone again. This is Ms. Valentine, counselor at Notre Dame High School, with another video report from you on how to survive the worldwide crisis that we find ourselves in of COVID-19. So I had a realization this week. Right now, it's week 2. When you watch this, it might be later, but right now I'm currently in week 2. And I had a day where I started to notice that I was getting really upset. I was really frustrated. I was irritated with a friend because I thought maybe they were minimizing the situation. And then I started to feel a little bit kind of sad and hopeless. And all of a sudden, my friend mentioned the whole grief cycle, and I realized that we are all collectively suffering a huge loss. Grief can be the loss of anything. It can be the loss of a friendship to the death of someone you love. And I've realized that we have all lost a little bit of life as we know it right now, plus just the added layer of all the sadness that is going on. So I thought something that would be really helpful to share with you guys, because it really helped me, was to go over the grief cycle stages. So please know, first of all, these are not linear. You're not going to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. You may cycle through them quickly. I can honestly say I've been at all of them at different points through this, but I want to walk you through them and give you some examples. The initial first stage is generally denial, not believing that this is real. How does that actually look though? Avoiding it, people who don't want to talk about it, not wanting to think about it, kind of pretending it doesn't exist. Confusion. It was confusing. Trying to figure out what's real, what's not, trying to understand what's going on. Elation. That might sound strange, but it's true. I heard some people talk about, oh my goodness, wow, school will be canceled, kind of looking at almost the bright side of it. Shock, just being shocked that this is happening, and a huge one is fear. It's scary. The other next stage is getting into anger, feeling really frustrated. And this can be at things in general or at a specific situation in general, whether it's how the situation is being handled or by how someone you know is handling it. Irritation, just being irritable, and anxiety, worry. I know I have felt all of those at different points. Now let me go into depression. And the reason, as you can see, is your emotions kind of go in this curve. Depression is the low point. It's when you feel really overwhelmed, like there's just so much, I can't do this. I have too much on my plate. Feeling helpless, I can't do anything, what can I do? Looking at kind of the worst of the situation. Hostile, being hostile, upset at other people, mad, frustrated, and fighting, arguing, really being upset about this. So the other reason I'm bringing this up is I want to normalize for you guys that you may experience these things, but don't think that they're going to last forever. They are emotions, they are phases, and you will cycle in and out of them. Now, this one is a little more complicated. It's called bargaining. And I've definitely found myself in this one. And what can that look like? Trying to find the meaning of this. Like, why is this happening? Reaching out to other people for support, telling one story. So let me give you a little example. Let me get my little friend. Come here, Baxty. So you guys all, hopefully by now, recognize Baxty. Well, one thing I started to think was, what is the meaning of all this? Maybe we were meant to pay more attention to each other, to focus on each other. Maybe this was a master plan from the dogs of the world, because I've seen reports that dogs are being adopted at alarming rates, that shelters in New York are running out of dogs, and I'm getting to spend so much time with Baxty. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe the reason is global warming and the environment. People aren't driving, people aren't flying. We're giving the environment a break. So those are just some examples. And reaching out to other people, reaching out, connecting with those that you love. That's definitely a positive part of this. And also telling your story, connecting with other people. And then I think the last section, is acceptance. And that's where you explore your options. Like, okay, we're in this. This is our new reality. How are we going to do school? How are we going to connect? How am I going to see my friends? Putting a new plan in place, like our flexible learning plan. I now work at home. I now have a coworker named Baxty, who I'm actually kind of excited about, who gets to do work with me. And moving on, going on to the next phase. So my point in all this is I just want to let you guys know that we're all going to be going through this together at different rates, but for maybe the first time in history, we're all going through this together. Yes, there's been world wars. Yes, there was the Spanish flu in the 1900s, but in those times, our world wasn't as interconnected as it is now. We're literally all experiencing this together, and we will get through this together. Baxty told me it's going to happen, and I definitely trust her opinion on things, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. So hang in there. Know that your feelings are valid and real, and for all my Notre Dame people, please reach out to counselors. We're here for you.